Hello, hello, blessed people. How are you? Happy new moon in Scorpio. How you feeling? How's it going? Are you feeling a little bit heavy right now? I just thought I'd pop on, and the actual new moon in Scorpio just hit a couple of minutes ago, and I was just here about to dive into what I needed to do today, and I thought I'd just pop on and say hey, do a quick hey, and maybe pull some cards and share kind of what's been coming up with me during this season, and kind of all the deep things that I have been diving in during the Scorpio season. So a little bit about a Scorpio season. It's really, to me, what I feel and what's been coming up for me around Scorpio season is getting deep. Getting deep into the depths of the ocean, getting deep into the water, deep into those hidden treasures that are hidden in the depths of my soul. Some of the things that I maybe not want to share in public or not want to share in the world, some would say the shadow side. Of things I have been really intentionally, it's been just been coming up organically, obviously Scorpio season, but I've been intentional about going there and allowing myself to go into the deep emotions, confronting the shadow sides of myself, seeing what buried treasures I can find there by unpacking what I find. So it's been really interesting for me these past couple of days. I've been in a state of death and rebirth. I've kind of talked about this on my IG or in my stories and just in conversations in general. Last month was a very creative, very fertile, very watery, very luscious, and I felt a lot of fertile energy from it. In this season, or this month, as I'm going into this month, it's heavy. It's a little bit heavier. So whereas I had the birth and the creation, I'm kind of feeling that the death, right? And we know with everything comes duality. With the life and the rebirth also comes death. With death comes life and rebirth. So kind of finding that duality and polarity between the two has been really, really interesting for me. And there has been a lot of life, and there has been, unfortunately, some death. And so just kind of sitting with that and unpacking the emotions that comes up has been really, really interesting, heavy, but so rewarding and so fulfilling too, because it's things that I need that are going to carry me to this next season of my life, to this next year of my life, to this next chapter in my journey. In the journey of Zen Wellness Space, the journey that is Zen Wellness Space, I've kind of been unpacking some of the shadow issues that's been coming up for me as I'm expanding my business. My website's live. I'm about to open my books and accept some readings. So really tapping into and really figuring out not necessarily what my worth is, but what the value I should put in from the energy that I'm kind of exuding out. And so that's been really, really interesting. If anybody knows me, they know that I'm a thrifter. I find that, not cheapest thing available, but I always try to get the great, good price, and always try to be ethical. And when putting my offerings out there, I want to give the world and share all of this information, but at the same time, honoring my energy, knowing my worth. I used to shop at thrift stores all the time. All the time. I loved it. I loved finding a good sale. I would fill my house with all these $1, $2, $3 items. But what was that getting me? A whole bunch of items that were great. Like, they were good things. I would find some great gems, but I had a cluttered house full of things, little non-worthy things, versus investing, finding an ethically sourced business, finding a Black-owned business, putting my hard-earned dollars to their quality product, there's so much more value out of that for me. So, kind of dealing with those things, and my energy is really valuable. My time as a mother, as a wife, as a full-time working employee, my time is so valuable. So knowing the healing medicine that I have to share with my community, with my village, but also making sure that there's an energetic exchange, monetary energetic exchange, because it does, cost a little bit to keep this afloat. So just anyway, just thinking about all of those things and kind of really getting to the depths before I open my books, because Mercury was actually retrograde in my second house of resources and finances, and that was really eye-opening for me. And so now, as Scorpio, the new moon is happening. The Scorpio new moon is happening in my third house of communication. I thought I would communicate some of that with you all, pull some cards, and kind of just share what's been going on with me and with Zen Wellness Space. So a little bit of updates. If you aren't already, I highly encourage you to visit zenwellnessspace.com. Sign up for my newsletter, because a special Scorpio gift will be dropping tomorrow. Hope it does. I said that I would work on this all this week, and I've just been going with the flow, y'all. My husband's been off with me, and we've just been like chilling, and I'm not like forcing, deadlines and all of those things, even though I know shit needs to get done. But at the same time, honoring the feminine side of things and just being in flow rather than constant go, 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 go. So the goal is for a special offering to go out to everybody who has worked with me, who has had reading by me, who we've exchanged communication, anything like that. Again, third house, the new moon is happening. So it's my time to communicate with my village, to share exactly what Zen Wellness Space is, the goal for it, and all of that. So if you're not already, visit zenwellnessspace.com, sign up for my magical newsletter, and by tomorrow or the weekend, you'll get a special workbook and guide that it will be all around dismantling wellness and reprogramming your mindset about wellness. So we'll go through a classic 3-card spread tarot journey, the past, present, future, confront wellness in our past, in our present, and what we would want intuitive wellness to look like in the future. So we'll go through all of that. I have some great journal prompt affirmations that helps you get down into the depths. Again, it's Scorpio Season Gifts that helps you get down to the depths of your, what wellness means for you, and what you think intuitive wellness, or how intuitive wellness should show up in your life, so that you are able to be and feel well. So if you haven't already, sign up for that email newsletter. And if you visit my website in the future, zenwellnessspace.com, you'll see that as a lead magnet, and it'll be kind of like our energetic exchange for providing me with your email address. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on, updates with me. I just had a chat with my podcast co-host, Amanda. She's just living her best life in Florida and just getting settled. So we're excited to start back up our intimate Sunday soul chats, as we say. Oh, hey, Morgan. Yes, I was just talking about how Mercury retrograde was happening in my second house, and now the Scorpio new moon is happening in my third house. So a lot of what I've gained and working with Morgan, thank you so much. I owe you an email, girl. I'm definitely going to get that to you. But working with that has given me so much information and gems to take with me into this new season. But anyway, let's get into the spread. Let's pull some cards, shall we? So I will be working with 2 decks today, and the first deck that I'm going to be working with is what my favorite oracle deck right now, and it's called the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck. And in this deck, she has suit cards, which are temple cards, which she calls, and within those temple cards, or one suit is a shadow suit. And I've been wanting to do a shadow spread, and I've worked with this deck a lot, and none of the shadow cards have come up for me. So this is the perfect time. Scorpio season's a perfect time again to do some of that shadow work, to go down to the depths of those emotions and the depths of the water. See what hidden treasures you can find there, and see what you can create out of those. See what gems you can create out of those. And because of that, again, looking at the shadow and seeing what we can create, the second deck I will be using is the Mother Tarot deck, which is a brand new deck that I've recently had. And this is all about creativity, all about, that mother, that fertile, that water. So out of going to the deep dips of the, ocean, going within our shadow work, seeing what we can find there, what can we bring to the surface? What can we create? What can we mother during this time? So that is what we will be getting into. So let's see what energy, African goddess energy, what African goddess wants to show up at this time when we're thinking about our shadows and the energy and the depths that we are bringing in at this time. What can we learn? Yes, and this is perfect. Ooh, this is perfect. This is perfect. And the card that popped up is Jumbe. I'm still working on the names of these, but Jumbe, we'll go with Jumbe right now. And that is the African goddess of masks, right? So this is so interesting to me because last month was Hoodoo Heritage Month, right? And through my journey, I was raised in a strict Christian household. And through my spiritual journey, a lot of this has been kind of dismantling what I was raised and how I was raised around religion, strict religion, and kind of figuring out my own spiritual journey, my own path. And last month, the month of October, was Hoodoo Heritage Month. And I really dived deep into the practices of Hoodoo, and when I tell y'all it resonated with me. And so just again, really putting off that mask of, okay, Christine, raised in a Christian, household, pulling off that mask, and what do I resonate with? What fully resonates with me? And that is hoodoo and voodoo and spirituality, African spirituality, what's resonant in my culture. Again, first generation American from Haitian immigrant parents. That's what resonates. That's what my people did. And that's what feels good. So taking off the mask, being my authentic self and showing up as her and being unfucking apologetic about it, okay? That's what I'm doing now. I'm being unapologetic about it. I'm sharing my experiences. I am living unapologetically about it. And so I just think that is a beautiful card that's popping up. So Spirit is really telling us to take off our mask, take off our all of the things that we guard, that we think protects us from reality but actually hinders our healing. Take that off, take it off, go there, be vulnerable, show your bare face, and sit in that. And of course 18 has been following me all today, and that's the number 18, and 1 being the self, that the I, and 8 being like eternity. So what do you want to be? what do you want to be when you take off your mask? It's what you are for a specific, like we take off our mask, or we put on masks to work at our job, right? Some people, right? Not everybody, but we put on masks to work with certain clients. We put on masks to, when we're at home, we put our mask on when we're out with our friends. When you're taking that off, when you are the true you, when you are the I, how do you work eternally? How does that work out eternally? So yeah, Spirit is really telling us to take off the masks right now in this season, and just read really quickly the meaning. The temple, the shadows, the element is air. Jumbies are scary, shadowy underworld spirits, the monsters of the Caribbean. Where is the lie? Get quiet and clear. Put your head on your heart. Now you are confused or you are afraid. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world, right? What you hide down there is a reflection of how you show up, how you present, who you interact with. Show your true face. Wearing a mask blocks you from vulnerability and blessings. If you are wearing a mask, dare to reveal yourself. You are lying to others and to yourself. Wearing a mask is exhausting. Take it off. Be you eternally. Be you. If someone else is wearing a mask with you, you deserve clarity. Your relationship and connection is built on lies. Their mask is a protection of your own. And the affirmation or goddess declaration is, I am willing to remove my mask. So when are you willing to remove your mask? How are you willing to remove your mask? Are you scared to go into those depths of the ocean, go into those deeper, shadowy parts of you? Why? Dare to do it. Dare to take off your mask. Be bold. Be that, because when you do, that's when you see the treasures. That's when the blessings come. Okay, so when we're talking about the mask, what energy can we create during this new season? What energies can we create during this new season? When we take off the mask, what gems can we have in this new season? Okay. Yes. Okay, so 3 cards popped out here. So the energy that I'm getting from when we take off our masks, clarity, my friends. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Truth, clarity, direction. Oh, just look at this card. Right? Going to the depths. We're able to see. We might not really understand what's going on or how it's happening, but we know it's good. We know that something is coming from that. It's not always comfortable. It's not always good and fun and love and light to go there, right? But once we do, there's so much clarity there. There's so much clarity where, because we recognize those parts of ourselves, we recognize how they show up on the surface, how we move, how we go about, and we can recognize, okay, that's a shadow part of me. I need to recognize that. Do I want to go down that road, or do I want to, recognize it and shift in a more positive aspect? I heard of this exercise to name your shadow. Name that shadow parts of you. I know when I did shadow work, one thing that came for me, I really hated people not hated, that's a strong word, but really disliked people who were very show-offy, who thought that they were better than somebody else, who was always bragging and boasting and, sharing what they created and what they did. And when I unpacked that and realized where that was coming from, it was because I never felt recognized, and I never felt like I could share anything that I was doing and be happy with anything that I was doing. So I had to recognize that. I have to realize when that's when that comes up for me. And because I realized that, now I was able to move past and get to the next step of a Zen wellness space, because I see, hey, actually, you're supposed to be showing up. You're supposed to be sharing your journey and saying, hey, this worked for me, guys, in the best way, not in a bragging, hierarchy way, but in a way, hey, this works for me. Could this help for you? I'm sharing what I've learned, right? So when we take off our mask and when we go there, we will get so much clarity. And I just want to read exactly what this card says, because I always think the books are just there's so much wisdom and so much beauty in them, so much thought. Your eyes are open, focused, powerful. You are seeing things and often mystical and beautiful as they truly are. In a kaleidoscopic, often mystical and beautiful as they truly are. The first and most powerful tool is sight, be it foresight, insight, visualization, or blinks in the first moments of life. Psychic visions and developments are underway. So once we get to those steps, when we take off our masks, what happens? Sight, new development. We're able to see in a different type of way. New visions, new developments. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And I'm here for it. So I will just leave that there. Take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. What's coming up for you during this Scorpio season? Is it around wearing masks? Is somebody around you wearing a mask? Are they perceiving to be somebody who you maybe thought they weren't? Or you need to get to the truth? Scorpio season gets to the truth, okay? They like the truth. Clear cut truth. No small talk, no nothing. We get into the truth. Who are you? How are you showing up? How are the people showing around? Are they wearing masks? If they're wearing masks, I don't know. Maybe it's the time to reevaluate, right? Reevaluate how you going to show up in that friendship, or if you even need to show up in that friendship. So, or in that relationship, or in that situationship, or in that entanglementship. I saw a Halloween costume of somebody and they were entangled. I just thought that was like hilarious. But yeah, hope that was good. Let me know what's coming up for you during the season, and I'm sending many, many blessings, peace, love, joy. Make sure you do this work. If it's too much, find a professional to do it with, a mental health professional to do it with. Use the tools that you have. Go into your toolbox and call a friend, phone a friend if you need to. But this is your time. This is your intuitive time to tap into those depths, to see what gems you can find by taking off the mask and going there. Because we know why. Clarity, baby. Clarity, clarity. Sending many blessings. Happy new moon in Scorpio.